Hello everyone, we're with Will from Talk Football. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, then go and do so. We're going to talk about Liverpool's season today. Will, were you watching the game on the final day, the 4-4?
No, I wasn't, and I'm glad I didn't because we were shocking. Because I watched the highlights
Yeah,
and I just don't understand what's wrong with our midfield and our back line. It's a joke. Um, I think we need to get rid of certain players in the team, and we also need to buy midfielders. Um,
yeah,
I'm not saying that we need to buy defenders, but I think our weak point is in the midfield. And that is where we're getting caught out half the time in different games.
yeah. Do you
So
think McAllister would be a good shout? Maybe.
yes, I think it would, and I think that deal's nearly completed.
Yeah,
I'll be happy to see someone new in a Liverpool shirt because it's been a long time since we've made a signing. Well, it was Nunes last time, but we haven't signed a midfielder for ages, and I feel like a midfield change would be good.
yeah. I've just remembered when you got that Arthur, was it, from Juventus? And
Yeah.
I don't think he's played a single minute for you yet. Was he injured or something? Or I don't know.
He's like Phillips.
Yeah.
Arthur has played 60 minutes in the Merseyside derby, and that was it.
All right.
And he was fit, but near to the end of the season, he got injured. So that's another blow. But
Yeah.
he didn't even play a full game. So we only got him on loan. So I'm glad we did instead of buying him because it would just be pointless.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened to the likes of Thiago, who's just sort of flopped this season, and then you've who else? There's Fabinho, who's not done very well, and then you've got Henderson and Milner as backups. Who Henderson's a good leader, but
Mm.
he's not brilliant in. You've just not got a solid midfield really.
Yeah, Thiago, he just gets injured all the time. Um, Fabinho, he can play well when he wants to, but I don't see him as a good midfielder. Milner's obviously leaving, and Henderson, he's a brilliant leader, and I would say he's a brilliant player, but he's getting to the age now where he'll be going off like Milner soon.
Yeah, I've got the results for the season, and just looking at them at the from about the 0-0 draw with Chelsea, it you've not lost, and there's been what, four draws, one obviously to Southampton, and then all wins. So, do you think what do you think was sort of turned around or changed after the well, it looked like after the City game, because you had three consecutive losses. You had the Bournemouth loss just after the 7-0 win, the 1-0 loss to Real Madrid, and then the 4-1 loss to City. Do you think it was a tactical change, maybe by Klopp, or maybe different players, or what?
I think the whole team just said after the Man City game, we need to stop losing. That's it. We need to get some wins and we need to catch up to Man United and Newcastle. Obviously, we didn't, but we did it. We gave it a good go. But it was expected that we wasn't get top four anyway. But I think after that 4-1 loss against City, I think we tried to change it around, putting Jones in the Chelsea game. He was horrendous. And then as he started to fit into the squad by the Leeds game, he started to pick up his rhythm and he scored against Tottenham and Leicester. He scored against
Yeah.
Leicester twice actually, and he got his rhythm going. And then the team just started to pick up God knows how many points, and I don't know how.
Yeah, I mean, at the start of the season, there was people were thinking that you weren't going to get Europe altogether, and now it's turned out quite well, getting fifth, just maybe Man U were considerably better, but maybe just missing out on top four. There was a little um people were saying about how maybe Man U could bottle it and Liverpool could just snatch it, but I don't think that was ever going to happen.
No. And I think with Man United as well is once they got beat 7-0 to us, I think they just said, let's get points.
Yeah,
Because I think they just thought they're going to catch us up now. We need to get points. Obviously, we didn't. And I think fifth is very good from where we were in the midpoint of the season because we were where Chelsea was now,
yeah,
halfway through the season. And just think last season we came second, a point against the best team in the world. And now look at us, we can't even make top four. I think it's just the team. I think it's just aging, and we just need a change from it because
yeah.
if we don't get
I
a
think
change in 2 seasons, I can't see us winning a Premier League. I really can't.
hmm, I think Bellingham would have been the perfect sort of signing for you as
Yeah.
well. But I just think with how the season's gone, he was inevitably going to go to Real Madrid
Yeah.
because you need the sort of young talent and especially a midfield player. He's a leader, he's young and he'll be brilliant for years to come. He would have fitted perfectly into Liverpool. How do you see the season as a whole? Do you think it was because really finishing fifth is would be an achievement for most teams in the Premier League? Do you see it
Mm.
if you could maybe say grade it like A plus, B one minus or whatever? How would you grade it like the season as a whole?
Um. Well, there's been times where we've been at a D at some point, and
Yeah,
towards the end of the season, we've been at an A plus. But I think a season a whole, I would say B minus because we're half and half. We're crap at sometimes, and then we're just really good. Um, yeah, that turnaround after City. I mean, I don't know how we did it. From I don't know. I think it was like 10 or 11 games without losing. I mean, considering you like seventh and going 11 wins in a row, that's something. But
yeah,
there's been some times at the start of the season now where you look and you think, oh, we should have got points against Fulham. We should have got points against Palace. Like all these small clubs we've drawn against and lost against, and we can beat City, United 7-0. It's weird. Football's just weird. And I mean, you beat United 7-0. Yeah, yeah. Ha, ha. And then you get beat to Bournemouth 1-0. It's just it's just football, isn't it?
yeah.
You can't
Sort of
change it.
undoes
And
everything. Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So also just off topic, have you seen the new Liverpool kit for next season?
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah.
And
Have you? All right.
it looks all right. I mean, it's a kit, in it? It's what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, it's simple and I think like last season I was rating kits and I saw the Liverpool one. I thought that's too plain. But when I saw the players playing in it, it was yeah that one. It was sort of well I got used to it and started to like it a bit. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think as you said, Liverpool season is at the start it was as you said like a D, and then it's sort of progressed. I've heard a lot of people say that Liverpool could be challengers for the Premier League next season. Do you think that could be the case if they recruit the right players, maybe, and sort things out tactically?
Yeah. I mean, I do not say we'll win the league at the start of the season. I never say it because I know we won't. But I think if we start off strong in the start of the 5 games, I think we could go on to maybe win it. But when you've got a team like us that don't make any signings, or when we do, they're just a failure, or when we do buy him, like Nunes, he was all right, and then once he settled in, he became God knows he was like a goal machine.
Yeah,
Gakpo, same with him. It took him 5 or 6 games to get into the rhythm, and then he just started scoring so many goals.
yeah.
But I, I'm not going to jinx it by us winning the league, but I think it'll be a different team that'll win the league next season. I don't think Man City will win it.
Don't you? With
No,
Haaland and everyone. All right.
no.
That's a controversial opinion. But also Luis Diaz, because you've got now a solid front three of Gakpo, Salah, and Nunes. Do you think Luis Diaz can obviously he got injured, which really hindered his performance? Can he get back to that level, or do you think he's not going to ever pass that again?
It just depends. If he doesn't, it'll be the same like Van Dijk. You watch Liverpool and they're an absolute mess at the back. And you look at Van Dijk, and 3 years ago we were saying he's one of the best defenders in the world. And
Yeah,
now look at him. We cannot defend at the back. And I think he's had a real struggle at the back now. And it just depends because Diaz could get back to where he was at the start of the season. But it just depends on if he gets fit again. Because especially with a leg injury, you could easily damage it again. So you never know. He might not get up to full fitness. But we'll just have to see.
yeah. Do you think Liverpool will get top four next season?
I think we'll get top three.
Top three, right? Okay. So you don't think City will win the league? So you think City will finish second?
Yeah.
Who do you think's going to win the league? Think it'll be someone like Man U or
I think Man United will win the league.
dear?
I just got a feeling. I said to my dad, in about 5 years, Man United will win the league. And this was talking the start of this season. And look at them. They're just a weird club. But, I mean, it's really hard now to predict. Well, it's not hard because City win the league every year. But Man City want to get rid of a few players. And, I mean, Man United, you look at the squad and it's just an absolute mess. You've got Weghorst up front who doesn't really do anything.
Yeah,
Martial's like a bench warmer. Rashford is the only one good at top. Anthony's actually all right. Fernandes is all right. That's a good team. Give it 5 seasons, and I think Man City will stop winning the league because the likes of
yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne, Grealish will end up leaving. I think Mahrez will leave, Foden will leave, all of them will leave, and I just don't think City win the league next season. I think Man United are going to take over.
Do you think it'll be like a Tottenham Hotspur, how Harry Kane has carried their season? Because they could, if Harry Kane hadn't scored as many goals as he did, they'd finish in the bottom half. Do you think it'll be next season if as you said, all of them leave, that Haaland they'll have to sort of rely on Haaland to get points?
Oh yeah, yeah, because look at him. He's got 50, 60 goals this season, 30 in Premier League, and you look at Kane as well this season. He was only 6 goals behind him, and that's some going 30 goals in a season, but 36. And what's he on now? Is he on 55, 56?
Yeah, I think so. In all comps, yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I mean, half of them goals that City scored, it's from him.
Yeah. Well, I saw a stat as well with Harry Kane that if he would have scored as many goals as he did this season, he would have won about half the golden boots in every other season. Um, Going back to Liverpool though, who do you think should be their key signings? Because obviously Bellingham isn't going. McAllister's an almost done deal, and I don't think Declan Rice is gonna go. I think he's gonna go elsewhere. So who do you think would be the perfect sort of 3 or 4 signings that you'd need?
Um, I think. Well, I would like McAllister, which he probably will join. I would like Neves for Wolves,
Oh yeah,
and
he'd be a good signing, yeah.
yeah, and I'd mm, not Caicedo. He's not. He's not good enough. He's not good enough for Liverpool. I think Brighton should keep him, but I think we should go. Well, we're not going to get him, but I think the lad that I would like to get as another attacker, centre midfielder attacker, Musiala for Bayern Munich.
Yeah. Do you think that would sort of fix the damage that needs to be fixed for next season?
Probably, yeah. Um, it would just make the midfield a bit more stronger, and them 3 players are quite young. McAllister and Musiala are, but there's been talks of us signing Neves, and I've always said I'd love Neves, even Ward-Prowse, um, in Liverpool because Neves would fit us, and he's also a very good player. And
Yeah.
when Wolves beat us 3-0, he got into them pockets of space right behind Van Dijk and Gomez when I was watching the game, and he makes so many good runs and so many good passes to create chances. And I think he'd be good for Liverpool.
Yeah. 'Cause Liverpool have always been this club that have have always been in the top 4 and have always been battling with City for the title. So do you think this is because finishing fifth for Liverpool, if those are the standards of getting top 3 at least, do you think this season's sort of been a disappointment?
Yes, 100%. Because you, everyone would say that's a good season. It really isn't. Because once we won the league, I think we are expected to get fourth, the top 4 every single season. Well, we hope. And battle City for the title. They try and battle for the title with City every season.
Yeah.
But you always have the off season, you always do. But this season, I haven't known anything like it because we were so poor this season. I think another
I
player that
think
I think
I think
is,
it's sort of lucky to get fifth in a way.
yeah, I think we're lucky to get fifth, but I'm not happy with fifth. And like you were saying, like Arthur, I think you said he was a bit waste of money. I also think Carvalho was a waste of money as well.
Oh yeah, I've completely forgotten about him.
Yeah.
You know, he performed well in the games when he played against Newcastle, the winning goal and a few others, but then he's just disappeared.
I know, yeah. Um, I actually really liked Carvalho. I think he was a good star for us, and I think he would have done good. But it looks like he wants to go to one of the Milan clubs or Salzburg, I think they were talking about. And I
Yeah,
think he will turn out to be someone like a Minamino, for example. he was good at Fulham. Then he come to Liverpool, and then he'll go somewhere else, and it'll just fail.
Yeah,
But I think we just like to buy. We like to buy young players to see how they are, and if Klopp doesn't think he's right for the team, he'll keep him to end at season without playing him, or maybe get him to FA Cup games or something, and then let him go. But it was the same with Minamino. I think he only got 2 or 3 games in the league, but in the League Cup, he got quite a few games. So I think Carvalho has been a waste of money.
yeah. I'll tell you, could be a signing. The Southampton trend. Ward Prowse is a good target as well to look at in the midfield. So there will be a lot of teams looking at him. West Ham obviously would be as well because we need to replace Declan Rice somehow. And then there's Maddison as well, who's gone down. He'll be looking for a club. So yeah, there's a lot of options, and we'll have to see how it goes. But anyway,
Mm.
we've been with Will. Cheers for coming on, Will. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Callum, for having me.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.